Burrow and the Bengals trying to convert. Burrow.
Toss down. Myles Garrett gets home.
As soon as Joe Burrow's looking, he's on his horse because the pressure's there. And Myles Garrett is the one who gets home. One of the top sack guys in the league.
And the Browns lead by 1. From the 18. Harris can't find anywhere to go and has to fight to get
using
back.
Delpit at the line of scrimmage.
Tannehill from the gun. Henry hammered. Myles Garrett making first contact. How crazy is that stat? First time that this Cleveland defense has had to play in their own red zone. That football is loose. That's a live ball, and Henry falls on it. It was Myles Garrett jarring it loose for the
offensive line. They haven't been able to stop him.
On 3rd and 11, Tannehill crushed.
Watch Koromoa as he comes inside and he gets that penetration, and that's the pick right there. Who is up here?
On 3rd and 10, Garrett burying Tannehill. Disaster for the Titans as they come up empty.
Just, Dillard on Garrett, absolutely no chance. And
that's what you want to hear from your top defensive players. They have been off the charts. Here they come again.
There's
Garrett around the corner. Tannehill somehow out of the end zone to avert what would have been disastrous.
Great tandem. Garrett off of this edge. And then on the other side is Zadarius Smith with power. So you got the speed of Garrett coming off the edge. You've got the power of Zadarius Smith.
So the Ravens have 1:20 to work with now.
And Jackson gets crushed by Myles Garrett.
And Baltimore tried to chip him, but watch the intelligence of Garrett. Oh, you want 2 on the outside? I spin inside, and I grab your quarterback and put him on the deck.
This is the opening drive here, and they're going to run it this time to Jordan Mason, who had a touchdown run last week. Multiple tight ends. McCaffrey in trouble, and he is stacked up and is going to lose a couple yards. And 10. 15. McCaffrey, and he is swarmed.
Right tackle with Braden Smith once again on the shelf. Taylor trying to cut it back, and look at Myles Garrett. Get him from the back. As this very impressive start for Indianapolis continues, and here comes that Cleveland defense. Garrett knocked it loose. Who's got it? At first glance, it appears as though the Colts have recovered. Now they say Cleveland football. Boy, it looked like Will Fries had fell on it momentarily, but Anthony Walker's
defense playing up near the line of scrimmage like a linebacker.
Well, apparently for Shane Steichen, they're not out of field goal range. Matt Gay is blocked. That's a live football. It's picked up. Denzel Ward showing the dice. They attempt a 60-yard field goal. Myles Garrett the block, and suddenly a short field. Minshew from his end zone. Here comes Garrett. Football's loose. Who's got it? Cleveland. It's still loose. No signal yet. Touchdown.
And it doesn't even matter. Chip, bump, whatever. That's not going to happen. And Freeland's got to do a much better job of. It looked as if Freeland didn't even account for Garrett.
Minshew's got 4 wide receivers. Moss lone setback here. Beg your pardon, it's Taylor on the take.
Just kind of.
Minshew quick delivery. Garrett knocked it in the air. Boy, that one was up for grabs as Garrett continues to wreak havoc. And Cleveland, meantime, trying to get to 4-2. Moss broke the initial tackle. Boy, the Colts take over at their 2-yard line. Minshew under center. Back to the ground game here with Moss. Now it's a field position game as much as anything else.
Start to get something going, and then, all of a sudden, but boy, they've still done some good things in this game.
Every week it's been something. They lose Deshaun Watson.
3rd down and long. Smith trying to climb the pocket. He gets swallowed up. It's Myles Garrett finally putting his stamp on this game with a huge sack.
That's the big part. You're exactly right, Adam, because you're going to watch. He's got a double team right there, and it's actually the pressure generated by Obo Okoronkwo coming from the right side right there, number 54.
is the quarterback not taking care of the football. That has to be number one.
Tune's pass batted down. Myles Garrett.
So they can have any shot at moving the ball down the field.
Fake handoff. Tune. Football is knocked out. Live football. And Cleveland has it with Garrett.
Since he became the head coach, and he said all he thinks Murray needs is
Only the guy from the Chiefs has more touchdowns than Mark Andrews.
That's some guy named Travis Kelce. Some guy. And
the guy from a depleted Cleveland secondary following the sack. 3rd down and 17. Jackson in trouble. Down he goes again. Second straight play, Myles Garrett. Fake to Hill, and Jackson able to stay on his feet. Broke the first time. Smith and Watt. Steelers won the game 26-22.
Look out! Kenny Pickett gets drilled by Myles Garrett.
And what Cleveland did was they blitzed the nickel defensive back, and created an opening and a one-on-one for Myles Garrett.
2nd and 11. Harris shifts out of the backfield. Protection for Pickett, breaks down, and Pickett is thrown down by Myles Garrett.
The throws to the halfbacks out of the backfield have been money, so just an errant throw.
On 2nd and 10, Williams, who was checked out on the sidelines for a neck injury, back in and is stopped for a loss on the play as we get.
When he's out of the game, take your shots. You see what happened?
There he is.
Hey, the big bully's back now. Right here. He's barely even looking like that's just all instincts and God-given talent and ability. The guy's
2nd down and 1 for Doug Peterson and the Jaguars, trailing 14-0. Give it to Etienne again. This time they swarm. He is first and foremost, they're going for 2. Lawrence. He's sacked. Myles Garrett gets to the quarterback in a 4-point game, 133.
Reason he's able to get there, 2 reasons. 1, he's Myles Garrett, of course, but 2, the coverage was suffocating on the back end. And when you have a condensed field...
They're just going to get a refill. They're ready for the 4th quarter. They know all about this.
Pitch play, Herbert, nowhere to go. Snowed under by Myles Garrett.
Blows, but watch him beat the seal block inside by Cole Kmet. Number 85, Cole's got to pin him down.
Its own 33. Give it to Singletary, and he's tossed down by Garrett. Package here for the Browns. It's a running play. Agunbowale dropped at the 35.
Because they, as you mentioned, are on the backside of the tiebreakers with Indianapolis and Jacksonville.
Spun down, Damian Pierce.
He gets arrested. Monaconda is in there as the running back. They give it to him, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. It's Myles Garrett.
For their ability to rush the quarterback, I always what stands out to the elite ones like Myles Garrett is what they do against the run on the early downs. You know, this is a mismatch against Becton. He's going to win this battle all night. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this guy's as good as I've seen.
Meanwhile, Simeon gets sacked.
And great news for Houston. Handed off Damian Pierce on a misdirection, and he loses to Owusu Koromoa.
guys.
Yeah, KT, I loved what he said. He said, I wouldn't have wished all the injuries we've had on anybody, but I'm glad in some ways it's happened because it's forced us to improve all around. And
sharper than targets, teeth when I ride these beats at a level they ain't never gonna match. Too quick running up like Dash. I'm on a mission, I gotta get that bag, and I know they said that I wouldn't be Jack. Guess again, you best pretend to play dead, cause I'm ready to attack. Cause I can't stand half these cats. Grind all week and I hardly sleep, forget counting sheep, I wanna count these cash.